Gayatri Rijkar, and I belong from Nagpur. I run an organization called Zero Gravity. It's a social impact organization, and it's 14 years old now. We work in the space of education, healthcare, and rural development. But apart from that, my family has been running a school here since the past 30 years. It's a CBSE school with 5,000 children. And similarly, we are also into renovating shelters, orphanages and old age homes into beautiful, comfortable spaces for the people who are staying there. My association with Vibhav has been very interesting. His mother actually landed up on our work, and that is how she reached out and she connected, and she was very passionate about about working in the educational space. So when she shared that her son he's very passionate about science, and she wanted to somehow contribute it, and I got to know Vibhav. And while interacting with him, he is a very smart kid, very smart for his age. I was extremely impressed. But he just has a very humble attitude, and he's always very respectful. He's very keen on learning new things from you. So overall, he has been a very empathetic kid, I would say. A very empathetic, very compassionate, and a very smart, intelligent kid. For me, I believe that people who take initiatives, whether they have leadership qualities or not, is secondary. But people who don't just sit on their ideas, but actually, if they're passionate about something, or even if they, like sometimes a small idea just comes to you, but you really choose to do something about it. That I believe is a very important quality to have. Leadership for me doesn't really mean you can get on the stage, take up the mic, and just lead a group of people. But for me, it's about taking initiatives, and that is why I think Vibhav is a leader, because he doesn't really sit on his ideas, and he instantly gets into it. He develops on it. He connects to different people from different backgrounds, and then he develops on his ideas. And the best part is that he doesn't do it alone, but he gets other people on board also to build something that he thinks would eventually go on and help and impact many other people. So when Vibhav, because with Vibhav, we worked on this on developing a science panel. So that is how we connected, and Vibhav actually built on this idea with us. We helped him a little bit to develop on this, so which I think is a great quality to have. That if you have an idea and you build on it, and you get people together also, and that's how you build team, and that's how you become a leader. I just played a role of a mentor, just helped him develop more on the idea, but with all credits to him, he's the one who actually designed the panel, who decided on the concepts. Yes, our team actually helped him a little bit about what kind of concepts he should concentrate on, that can be useful, keeping in mind that the panel will be set up in low-income schools. So the kind of students who are coming there, it should be suitable, and it should fit into the curriculum that they are actually studying. So I just played a role of a mentor, helped him ideate a little bit on this, and execute it. It made him understand that anything, when you begin something, it has to be sustainable, it has to be scalable. So he worked a lot on that. He made sure that it is financially viable. So I'm sure that he got to learn a lot of other things throughout the process, and it actually has driven him more, opened up his horizon towards understanding the social impact sector more, so that he can use whatever he wants to pursue in future. I'm sure that he carries that empathy in him, that whenever he will, wherever he ends up in his life, but he'll make sure that his work actually reaches the masses. It creates some kind of an impact, and it's creating some kind of a difference. The kind of response and the kind of interaction that it has led to, and the interest that it has developed for students in government schools, by using the panel, and the curiosity that it has generated, it is very overwhelming. It is We have seen, because in one of the schools that we took the panel to, it has led it has led to many other things. The students and the teachers actually got motivated to work more on making portable science labs, as a lot of mostly government schools are not equipped with proper chem labs and physics labs, or even a single science lab for that matter. So it is leading to a lot of other things which I don't know, even Vibhav might not be aware, but in our everyday interaction with schools, we are coming across such incidences, and they are very inspiring, motivating, and it's very satisfying to know that something so small leads to so many other nice things. I am actually a huge fan of people starting young. So anyone, irrespective of age, it doesn't matter, like how early you start, because I myself started when I was 16, 17. So when it's especially very inspiring and very exciting to see people who start right away in school, who come up with brilliant ideas, interesting ideas. Some are impactful, some are fun, some are very business oriented, but it's just very exciting to know that kids that young are capable enough to initiate things on their own. And like I said, like I'm exposed to both the sides. I'm running a private school, working on bettering public schools, a space that is really neglected. Something really needs to roll out on policy levels. I don't think any country should completely depend on the shoulders of organization like ours, be it Teach for India, or there are hundreds of organizations who are working in the educational space. Of course, we are here to add some value, be of help and all of that, but until and unless something changes at the policy level, there is very little that we can do. And I just hope that for platforms like ours, we are given enough opportunities to play roles in designing these policies and rolling out really impactful systems which can actually change the education space in our country. I believe that right from infrastructure to curriculums to school leaderships, capacity building in school leaders, and how exactly are we very effectively using our curriculums and implementing them and making sure that the learning outcomes are at its best.
I am Vishakha, and I am mother of Vibhav Singh, in whose context you are here. And I am a marketing and strategy person. I have been a design thinker expert as profession. As a child, he has nurtured not just his intellectual capacity, but also to give back to the society. And that makes my heart swell with pride. We came across Maitri Jichkar, who runs a foundation, and she works on a concept called Bala, which is building as a learning aid. It's an architectural concept where they actually renovate schools and turn them into a learning tool altogether. And that made it very, very interesting. So we started thinking, okay, how can we use the door? How can we use a staircase? How can we simplify it and let them understand? And that's how he worked upon. The biggest shift we have seen so far is enthusing curiosity. We just see whenever he has gone and made presentations to a batch of students and made live presentations, even with one concept or two concepts, we see a lot of raised hands. We see a lot of questions coming in. So it makes them fearless about science. It makes them ask questions. And the fact that it leaves them with the thought that it's around us, everything is related to science. You understand that there's science behind it. And that curiosity is the biggest change. As a design thinker, I think it's about helping him in ideation, shortlisting concepts. Like he worked on more than 15, 17 concepts based on the curriculum of current 7th and 8th graders. So he actually sat down with CBSE and Maharashtra board and understood what kind of concepts are being taught. And from there, he narrowed down on what can be implemented. My role came in to say that, okay, what we could possibly do it. The way design thinking works is that you work on a huge amount of ideas, then you narrow it down, understand the user need, and that's where my role has come in to help him understand. So like, he understood that we need to work on the language, and he simplified the language by taking the board to people. So we made prototypes, and he understood the concept of a prototype, how to test what will work, what will not work, and then tweak it backwards. So that's where it came more importantly. And then it has been more in operations. He is going to also always nurture his empathetic side. I just hope that he doesn't get carried away by the pressures of the way educational systems are designed to deliver, get grades and things like that, but also like he has managed so far to be able to give back to people and help people. He's extremely helpful and empathetic towards others as well, and I'm sure he